Hi guys, so we're gonna do our bat book now. I hope you guys are doing well at home again today. It's not raining today, so that's a plus. So we can get out and walk, play in the yard a little bit if it's not too muddy. My dog, Max, made me take him for a walk in the rain yesterday. He's used to our 5 o'clock walks. So by 5:15, he was a little upset with me and we had to go walk in the rain. But he has a raincoat, so we're good. We stopped yesterday and Bat was at his friend's house and he had just met Cora, Israel's mom, and she is in the potting shed making bowls. So most of it, Cora said, over there is Israel's work. The shelf she pointed to was filled with lumps of clay that looked a lot like the lump of clay Israel had made for Bat, which Bat had right then tucked into his pocket of his vest. So he's still carrying it around because remember it was supposed to be the skunk kit. Mom's stuff is better than mine, Israel said. She's a professional artist. I'm just getting started. Bat looked back and forth between the pottery Cora had made and the awkward lumps Israel had made. Yes, he said, your mom's stuff is way better. Israel crossed his arms across his chest. Bat felt his stomach rumble and said, I think I'm ready for that snack now. Chapter 10, Missing Connections. Mom's perfectly average station wagon felt decidedly less than average that evening when she collected Bat from Israel's house. So, how was it? Mom asked. Do you guys understand what that means? Remember, he was really excited about the truck he was picked up in. So now Mom's average station wagon feels a lot different to him. So how was it, Mom asked, putting the car into reverse and back down the driveway. Mom, Bat said, have you ever thought about getting a truck? A truck, Mom said. She shifted into drive and stepped on the gas. Yes, said Bat, a big one. Actually, Mom said, the first car I bought when I was 18 years old was a truck. Really? Was it like Tom's truck? Tom? Asked Mom, glancing over at Bat. Israel's dad, said Bat. Ah, I didn't realize you were on a first-name basis. It's no big deal, Bat said. Tom is cool. Mom laughed. Careful, or you might make me jealous. You've never called me cool. Anyway, she said, did you have a good time with Israel? Mm-hmm, said Bat. Then he realized that he hadn't yet asked about Thor. Oh, he said, is Thor okay? Did you remember to give him his 4 o'clock feeding? Of course I did, Mom said. She flicked on her turn signal and made a right turn onto their street, Plum Lane. Thor is great. He is in the back. You put Thor in the trunk? Bat's voice went high and squeaky with indignation. He's just fine, Mom said, and she pulled into their driveway, put the car in park, and turned the key. Bat unlatched his seatbelt, threw open the car door, and ran around to the back of the car. He clicked open the rear door and pushed it up. Oh, he said. There was Thor's travel carrier. A second-hand cat kennel, but there was something else back there, too, a plastic gate or fence or something. It's like a doggy pen, Mom said. Someone donated it to the clinic today, so I thought I would use it for Thor. What do you think? Want to help me set it up? This pen, Bat thought, was even cooler than Tom's truck. They got the sections of the pen, 4 plastic sides, and turned it out to form a square into the house. Mom tried to set up the 2 pieces she was carrying down into the living room, but Bat carried his 2 sections all the way down the hallway and into his bedroom where he intended to build it. Then he immediately started trying to figure out how he was going to connect them together. We can do it later, Bat, Mom said, standing in the doorway of his room, after dinner and bath time. I want to do it now, Bat said, all of his concentration on hooking the pieces together. He could see, though, that something was missing. The 2 plastic panels just wouldn't latch together. Are there any more parts? He asked. I don't think so, Mom said. She came into Bat's room to see what the problem was. Oh, there must be connecting rods that slip into the edges here and hold the sections together. I don't know, Bat. Maybe they're at the clinic and I just didn't see them. We have to go back to the clinic and find them, Bat said. Not tonight, honey. It's getting late. We're all done being out into the world today. We have to build the pen for Thor. Bat felt anxious, a knot tightening in his chest the way it sometimes did. He knew he should walk away from the problem and take a deep, calming breath, But he didn't want to walk away from the problem and take a deep, calming breath. He wanted to fix the problem. Do you guys ever feel that way? Like something just has to be fixed right then? I know back in the classroom, we all sometimes felt that way. And I think being at home right now, we all feel that way, probably more often. We want to fix this problem of having to be at home, and we want to fix how we're doing our work, and we want to fix how our relationships are going. So we just have to remember to take those deep breaths, have faith and patience, and persevere through it. "Bat," said Mom, "you've had a long day, haven't you?" She knelt down beside him and took his hands in hers. She squeezed his hands and released. Her signal to him that she was going to try to help him calm down. If he didn't want the help, Bat knew he could take a step away, but he stayed still. His mom moved her hands to his wrist and squeezed and released. Then she worked her way up his arms, squeezing his forearms and his elbows and his biceps and his shoulders, and then working her way back down to his hands. "Baby," she said, and it was the word that pushed Bat over the edge. He wasn't a baby. He wasn't anywhere close to being a baby. Thor was a baby, and Bat was his caretaker, and right now he wanted to take care of Thor by building the playpen. And if that meant going back to the clinic, even though it was closed for the day, then that is what they should do. And Bat didn't understand why Mom couldn't see how important that was, and right now he just wanted to do what he wanted to do. "Bat, honey." "Shh," Mom said. And that's when Bat heard the sound he was making. He hadn't even noticed that he had started making the sound, the high-pitched whine that sometimes seemed to come out of him when he was the most upset, when he had reached the end of his rope, as Mom called it. But even though he hated making the noise, it felt good to make it too, just as it felt good to bounce on the soles of his feet. Mom's hands were still squeezing Bat's arms. And then she put her arms around him, pulling him close, and she held him just like that, in a nice tight hug. That's what Bat wanted. At the same time, he also wanted to pull away, but he also never wanted to let go. She held him until he stopped needing to make the high-pitched whining sound, until he stopped needing to bounce on the soles of his feet, until the knot in his chest began to relax and unwind. Then she said very softly, "Come on, Bat. Let me run a bath for you." And Bat let her lead him away from the playpen. So we learn so much from the books that we read in our class, and I think we're all learning a lot from this one. I think sometimes we all need those calm down techniques, and we need someone else to just step in and say, "Hey, it's okay to feel how you're feeling, but now we need to learn how to deal with it." And that's what Bat's learning to do. So I hope that you enjoyed this portion of our story, and I miss you guys, and I'll see you soon.